Good morning. I am Columbia Daily Tribune City Editor Matt Sanders. With me, as often, is sports editor Joe Waljasper. Today's kind of a special day. I don't know if I'd call it sentimental, maybe. It's our last afternoon newspaper. I'm not going to shed a tear, but we will be going to mornings. Of course, our weekend editions have been morning editions. You know, they come out Saturday morning and Sunday morning. As of Monday, our weekday editions will be too. So now start looking for that print edition of the Tribune in the morning time. We hope that that'll be a more convenient time for you to actually read it. Also, you'll be seeing this Daily Digest video a little bit later in the day. Our plan is to have that up for you so you can watch it around the lunch hour, about noon or so. So starting Monday, look for those changes, and hopefully, we hope that you'll like them. But anyway, Joe, what do you got going for us? I guess an embarrassment last night is really the main topic of discussion, right?
Yeah, Missouri basketball team loses 93-54 to Florida, and within the first 6 minutes of the game, they were losing by 15 points. And Kim Anderson described it as being similar to being hit by a train, maybe more like being hit by a 747. I don't know. They're kind of trending towards some dubious things here, obviously. They're 5-16 overall, 0-9 in the SEC. An SEC team hasn't gone winless since 1954 when Georgia Tech did it, and Georgia Tech has not been in the SEC for a long time.
Yeah.
Missouri's not gone winless in the conference since 1908, so Missouri is halfway to some of those dubious things. It was their 13th straight loss, which ties a school record that they set a couple years ago, and their 31st straight road loss. They haven't won a road game in more than 3 years. Haven't won a road game during Kim Anderson's tenure, actually. So nothing but gloom for the Tigers in Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah.
Also, some other things in sports. Missouri naming a new cornerbacks coach. And also, Missouri finds out the revenue it got from the SEC. So there is a bit of a good news for Missouri, getting $40 million this year in media rights revenue. So if nothing else, Missouri is raking in some cash.
They can ride on the backs of those good teams for a little while until they can straighten their own ship, I suppose. All right, so yeah, a little doom and gloom with the program, but maybe they can, for their sakes, at least salvage a little bit of pride out of it before the season's over.
One of the basketball thing, the Rally for Rhyan game. So if anything good can come out of this season, that is it. If you're going to go see one game, that's the one to see. It's Saturday at Mizzou Arena. Half the proceeds will go to pediatric cancer charity. So if you got nothing else to do Saturday, that would be a nice thing to do.
It's a good cause, definitely. So some things in news that we're working on. Roger McKinney was actually at the Columbia Public Library last night, where the League of Women Voters was having a forum with local legislators. Turns out that they got a much bigger crowd than I believe they've probably ever had for one of these events. It was an overflow crowd. Some people showed up to grill some of the legislators. You know, you had primarily a more liberal crowd, and so they had some pretty direct questions for some of the conservative legislators. You can read more about that later. We also have reaction to Governor Greiten's proposed budget, in particular how it affects higher education. Lots of cuts in there for higher education funding, so it's also doom and gloom on the academic front right now at Mizzou.
So enjoy your day.
Yeah, have fun. And then also on good news, the United Way met its fundraising goal for 2016. Jody Jackson's going to be reporting on that, so look for that story a little later. As always, you can reach us via our social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook, and you can email us if you have questions or comments or news tips or whatever.